Mobile this past weekend, very tough weekend for us. We knew it was going to be. South Al's a really good team leading our side. But we didn't play well. There's really not much else to it other than we just, for the most part, did not show up to play. There were moments of it, but just couldn't hold on to it. And unfortunately, lost 6 sets over the weekend. So, yeah, looking forward to be back home in front of our fans.
You were sort of backed into a corner this weekend as far as extending your season. I'm sure the team, they realize how important this weekend is.
Yeah, so we've had multiple conversations. The last 2 weekends we've had when we were at Troy, South Al, we have to go win. I think some things happen to where we might have one more opportunity if we can get a couple wins this weekend to stay alive for postseason. But we keep preaching to them. It's still possible. It's still doable. We have those moments where we know we can play at a high level, and it's just stacking days and putting it all together because anything can still happen at this point.
One of the notes in the second South Al was that the leads were being held, and then they kind of strayed away. That was something that happened earlier in the season. Is there a point of is that more of a kind of a mental thing, or is it kind of like what kind of goes into that process, and like what can be done to kind of hopefully kind of get the lead and hold it?
Yeah, for me, it is mental. When you go back and look at it, or even just watching in the match, it's just error after error. And I've told this to the girls the last couple of times. Winning is easy, or the last couple weeks, I guess. Winning is easy. And so you get challenged in a lot of ways when you lose. And when you continue to lose, it's even more challenging. And so those things start to happen a little more often, unfortunately, if you can't win that battle mentally. And so we've had some tough conversations, another one after the matches this weekend. And I'm hoping that we can figure it out before it's too long, because this weekend's it for us. And for me, a lot of it is mental. But, we need to get a taste of what it feels like to win again, because I think that's, we haven't really had that in a while. I know we did against Troy, but at that point, I feel like it was more of a sense of relief instead of like the excitement of having a win. So a lot to work through this week.
How easy or difficult it is to kind of break that block in your head after like the previous kind of non-successes happening and things of that nature? How hard is it to kind of break that and work forward?
For me, it's really difficult. I mean, if it were easy, we wouldn't be in this position now, because for me, I still think we are very good athletically. I think from a volleyball standpoint, like there are glimpses of us just being unstoppable. We've showed it every match, but it's being able to hold on to that and knowing like, okay, we can go win. Because for me, the errors that we continue to make, a lot of them are mental. It's a sense of trusting people on the court and being able to work with them despite the circumstances. And I think if it were easy, we wouldn't be in this position. We would have already overcome it. But it's a learning experience for all of us. I mean, I've never been in this situation, so I'm learning a lot right now, and trying to do what I can to stay positive and encouraging, and knowing that, letting them know that we as a staff still believe in what we are capable of. And I think that's the one consistent message that I've had is I know what we can go do, but it's very mental at this point, yeah.
Do you feel like your team will be able to respond better knowing like their backs are against the wall? This is kind of the last opportunity to get things going to close out the season?
So the first conversation that we had about that, we went and won the match the next day against Troy. So I know that we can do it, but I think it will help us being at home. But Arkansas State's a really good team. They're second in our division. They're very athletic. They have a really good middle who If we don't do a good job on our offensive standpoint and getting them out of system, they're going to give her the ball all day long. And if we can't stop her, it's going to be hard to win. But they have a lot of talent just across the net and on their roster in general. So it'll be a tough series for us. So again, it's backs are against the wall. We have to go win. So we'll see what we can do this weekend.